Oh,
sorry to keep you waiting.
Hello,
everyone.
Hello. Sorry we're late. We're late for good reason, though.
We've got a hell of a setup this week. Can they even see the setup with all the...
I don't need them to see the setup. I just need them to see the results of the setup.
World class.
That's what really matters. Sorry, this mic is a bit hot. Pardon with.
Coming in a little toasty.
Let's show you what we've been up to. There's Ian over there. Camera 2.
Spinning round.
Motorized for your pleasure.
A little explanation as to what our little...
So that, oh yeah, hold on. Hold the bus. Okay.
Guys, apologies for
Ian's hungry.
eating my way through this. This
Pardon
is
him.
lunch and we're just...
Okay.
Yeah.
Man's got to eat. So that light there is a Philips Hue light. That light will blink every time we get a new YouTube member. It's live, connected to the internet.
That's so good.
And it also blinks when we get a super chat message. I think it changes color. And there's a bunch of other stuff it does. But that was the first two things I figured out. So that's today's excitement. So if it turns orange or blinks or turns yellow, you'll know why.
We'll ring the bell.
We'll ring the bell.
We'll ring the bell.
So I've got my little doohickey here, switching cameras for your
Yes, indeed, Bandit.
Your
High
pleasure.
tech.
It
High
is
tech,
the
Matthew.
highest of tech. The highest of tech.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm kind of just learning all these things that I bought, but this is day one. Good. Let us know if everything's looking good. I know last week, to say the very least, the quality was a bit on the crap side. The sound was extremely on the crap side.
Was it really?
Oh yeah, it was bad. It was just the internet though.
Sorry about that, guys.
But yeah, let us know if this one looks okay. I'm going to turn this beeping off because it's really annoying. As far as I can see, the health of it is good.
Good.
Yes, the light does change color. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, we had...
Because believe me, I'm dying to show you. It changes to whatever colors I want, I believe, unless it's lost connection.
Oh, no. Your new toys have stopped working.
The whole world must stop while I make this work.
For people asking what this is a teriyaki bowl from
People are enjoying it.
from Freshie. Little steak, little falafel, little avocado. It's good.
It looks good. Oh, you know what I've done? I'm an idiot. I turned my Wi-Fi off because I was worried about interrupting the stream with slow Wi-Fi. And in doing that, I disconnected my light.
Come on.
And so now I've reconnected my light. Okay, here, this is what it does.
Oh, look at that.
Various colors of the, there we go. So you can see what I'm doing.
The TXG Disco.
The Philips Hue. Oh, I shouldn't have touched it. So someone just sent us a super chat. It would have turned blue had I not been screwing with it. Okay, I'll stop screwing with it.
All right.
I'll stop now. My part of the live is now over. I've had my fun. All right, let's start taking some questions. Oh, lovely. Thanks for the great fit last Thursday and Friday.
Sean,
There you go.
good to see you, pal.
See, we just got one and it turned blue.
You're so happy, aren't you?
Of course I am.
You need it to be on that camera so they see it.
Now they see it. Listen, you get to have your fun most of the time.
No. I've got all my toys behind
Yeah.
me and in the drawers.
It's taken 2 years for me to get any noise for myself. Love it. All right.
Awesome.
Let's get that question in the color of blue.
Ooh.
Yes, Max, we have imminent plans. There it is.
There's the AVX right there.
AVX. We finished the Pro V1 X left dash against the regular today. There it is there.
See, I'm having to think about what camera and camera one, camera
You're
two.
doing good.
Thank you.
You're doing great.
Yep, so
yeah,
left dash.
It's coming very soon. We'll do it next week. We did a lot of ball testing today.
Can we tease a little result
Sure.
on that left dash Pro V1?
How much would you like to tease?
A tease a wee bit. It was not what we expected at all.
Would you say it was more significantly different than a Pro V1X than you expected?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, apparently someone just joined the YouTube channel. Welcome. Welcome, whoever you are.
It's a wild scene.
Brandon, this thing works. Brandon's excited. Are you excited?
I am excited.
I'm getting made. How cool is that? I can't see who joined though. Oh my goodness, this is heartbreaking. No one answered whether the stream is okay or not, but it looks good. I'm not receiving
Video
any
quality is degrading,
degrading.
apparently. All right, let's dive in. Rapid fire questions this week. Last week we were a little slow between questions.
Here we go. Excuse me. All right. This is all the preamble here. Here we go into some questions. Okay. Switch from Tour Velvet Chord Standard to Z Chord Midsize. Is it necessary to have the swing weight checked and balanced out?
Yes.
Do that. 100%. Are we enjoying the snow? No. It sucks.
Hate it. Absolutely hate it.
Hate it the most. Hazardous smoke black 76.0. Hazardous smoke green 76.0. What is the difference? Someone else just joined. Hello.
New member. Ring the bell, Brandon. Ring the bell.
And a blue super chat from Whisker. What's the difference?
Green is entirely different profile, significantly stiffer.
Okay, so black is the softer of the two. Love it.
Still very stiff.
Yep.
Stiffer than most can handle, to be honest, but green is for Cameron
it's
Champ.
For Cameron Champ. This is a great little note from Craig. Craig, that's awesome. Love to hear that.
Awesome.
That's why we do those
That
videos.
is the purpose of those high handicapper videos, to give people the confidence of going through that and knowing that you're going to come out it with some great information, and you're going to be armed with knowledge.
To be honest, that's the point of the whole channel in general.
Yeah,
is to get people to go get fit. All right. Tyler asked, would you recommend the Strix on Z765? I would say you still would. Yep. If you can pick up a set and retrofit them for your swing, they are still a very good set of irons. How often do people
go crazy
with aftermarket shafts? Well, I'll modify the question.
Okay.
Out of 10 fittings for a driver, how many stock shafts, how many aftermarket shafts in your
9 aftermarket to 1 stock.
Because you are able to prove in the results that it's worth doing, basically? Is that generally the reason?
I mean, even with the extensive...
Sorry, I can't get over how
you
much
love
I love
that,
this.
don't you? Even with the extensive shaft matrix that the companies have now, it's still not.
It's not quite
not
as many as 300. And what do you have? 300. Oh, wrong way. I was going to show people.
Oh,
300 and what?
look at
shafts?
this. He's in his element, Brandon. Come on.
Listen, if you don't think this is cool, there's something wrong with you.
Can you get it in focus?
Stand by. Hi. Anything for you, pal.
Look at that.
Those are the shafts. And
There's lots of them.
Now I'm going to go back to you, Ian. This is not the best thing you've ever seen. I've never been more excited in my life.
I think that's a true statement.
Honest to God. Well, it's more satisfying that it actually works properly.
Yeah, that's so true.
After all the money I spent on it. If it didn't work, I'd be furious. Okay, the rapid fire continues.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, do you have more, or are you good on that? That
Ni-
question's
nine,
good?
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. That's good. Yes, the sound was crap last week. I agree. Hopefully it isn't this week. It seems fine. The HD thing is staying on, which generally means, red.
The dark side.
Welcome to the dark side. Okay. Your thoughts on wrapping lead tape under the grip of the driver to counterbalance the shafts?
It won't do too much.
Okay. So not generally
It'll do a little bit, but
much.
you can also pick a heavier grip.
Gotcha. Don't think we aren't noticing all the TXG emojis. We really are. A lot of dirty dogs getting thrown out here. My favorite. I personally thought Phil Mickelson's comments about the distance report on the USGA were very smart. I thought he made great points. He basically was trying to say, I'll switch this camera for a minute. Basically trying to say it wasn't just the equipment. Like, it's ridiculous to say that the 20 years that they've assessed is all to do with, the drivers got faster. The fitness level, the TrackMan ability to fit a driver, all these things are 1,000 times
You
as
look out on
important.
tour now, and there's no Tim Hearns really. There's not many Tim Hearns out there now. No Lumpies, no Monties, Westwoods, Darren Clarks. I mean, the guys out there now are mindful of their health, and they're all gym rats for the most part. All these kids coming out of college and things like that. So I think that plays a big part of it. Sometimes stats though are misleading. People talk about the average golfer is not gaining.
I think that's
that much
crap.
distance. I think it has to be crap, because literally all I do and all I see around me in here is deal with, consumers who are gaining
All you do is deal with average
10
golfers,
to
right?
25 yards at a time with their drivers. So I mean, the problem probably is that not enough people are getting fit.
I totally agree. Yeah, fitting has probably had more distance to add than any technology. Like fitting in and of itself.
So. Yeah,
right?
because we understand the components better than we ever did before.
Yeah.
And I just don't see how there can't have been a massive leap in distance when we went from the wound ball to the Pro V1. I mean, everybody gained 20 yards when the Pro V1 came out.
They were showing that with Phil's distance. He gained 30 yards over, I forget what year, but it was all to do with the golf ball change.
Yeah. So some of these stats are somewhat misleading, like 1 yard a year from 2013 to 2019. You know, I don't know.
I agree they need to address what's going on with golf courses becoming irrelevant, but I don't think they should blame it all on one thing. They need to look at what's going on. Brandon, you've been requested on camera, and we're happy to oblige.
The worst thing I think that could happen.
Where is he?
Just coming. The worst thing that could happen would be they dial back the equipment.
I don't know what, like now I don't know where.
Come on here. Come on
Come in
here.
the middle.
Hello.
Hello, howdy.
As
There.
requested, Brandon.
Yep.
How much do you pay for that?
$2 just to see
chat,
you.
red light.
I know, just to see you.
What's
That's how popular you are.
Where's the green?
Someone
what's
must
that
have
one?
sent us a green colored message. Our pal Bradley Lawrence sent us a message also, and his message was the color of blue, I think. Bradley, stand by. Bradley sent us a message that was blue, and yes, it did light up, Bradley. And then someone just sent us a message that was green on our screen, if anyone's wondering what I'm talking about. Green on our screen. Okay, so for Mike.
Yep.
Is the Super Hybrid the ultimate fairway finder for a low handicapper, especially in fast, firm, windy conditions, 3-wood distance, and a shorter length package to help your contact? I think that's basically what we found. I think it's going to depend on your swing a bit, obviously, whether that actually benefits you or not. It certainly helped me a bit because I tend to get a bit shallow and up. I think the video showed that pretty clearly.
I think it will suit low to mid speed players. I don't think you'll see people who people with significant speed go into a super hybrid.
Low to mid speed. Okay. That's
because
interesting.
even though the loft, we have the ability to have the loft lower, the depth of the head allows the CG to get lower and further back, which will still give the club the tendency to be a little launchy.
Okay.
So,
Gotcha.
I think if I had a choice, the type of golfer that I'm between a Mizuno CLK at 16 degrees and a super hybrid at 16 degrees, I'm going with CLK all day long.
For the faster player.
Yeah, because I feel like for me, like I can hit the ball up in the air if I want to.
Yeah, you have no trouble hitting high.
I just can't always kind of squeeze it down if I want to.
Gotcha.
So I think for lower to mid speed players, super hybrid's great. For players with speed, probably won't go with that type of club.
So Mike was asking specifically about low handicappers. So not so much on the handicap, more on the speed and launch conditions that you produce.
And I think, Mike, what we can probably say is that speed is something that is normally alongside a low handicapper.
That's true. Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah, it's fair to say that that's the case.
They're usually linked. Okay, let's do another little rapid fire. I enjoyed that. All right, rapid fire begins. Bridgestone balls. We have the test packs. Ian's taking them out of the package right now. So we got the prototype package.
Prototype package. I know it's a white box and doesn't really look very
it's
fancy,
very
but there you go.
It's quite cool, actually.
Yeah, it's good.
Pop it open. Let's see the.
So there's the sleeves.
Yeah, so you get one of each. So that's RXS, RX, XS.
And that was the Tour BX
and the
in
BX is there.
because you've been using it all day.
Yeah, I used it all day. It's a good ball.
Good ball. We done a little comparison video today of the Tour B and the Tour B XS.
Those new balls are really good. So that video is coming out, but if anyone's wondering if they're any good,
Yeah, really good.
let's give a little welcome to Frederick here.
Frederick, thanks for joining us.
Welcome, pal.
Yeah.
All right, let's continue.
Anyone who's joined the VIP tier, please
send him an email.
Get your data in.
So the gold tier's been busy. The boys have said
the boys have been really busy. Cammy, and I was talking to Cammy and Alex and Chris
But
about
the platinum tier, send him emails. He's waiting.
Send
for
me
you.
emails. I'm ready.
He's waiting. He's ready and willing. Okay. Lightning round continues. Driving irons, are they only suited to high swing speeds? For the most
If
part.
you don't have high speed, you just won't flight it.
Unlikely that it would be any good. Gotcha.
Unless the conditions are you're playing on the links or something like that, and really you're just playing in such windy conditions, flighting it down's good all the time, which is also can be the case. But yeah,
that's a specific thing for a specific type of situation. Okay. Quick question about, I love this question always, spin axis. Creating larger hook draw slices even if your path is neutral. Give us your Cole's notes on that. I know you've done it a million times, but it's an interesting one.
So, I mean, it's a kind of...
Did you want another camera angle? Do you want a close-up?
So where are we at? This one, right.
Do you want to go on this one?
No, you're just showing off now.
Yeah.
So when we take face to path discrepancy, okay, so this being the bottom shaft represents the club path, both vertically, angle of attack, and path, inside, outside. The top shaft here represents the club face, whether the loft is pointing up, pointing left, or pointing right. If we narrow the spin loft, like we would on a driver or a 3-wood or something like that, and we separate those two, so, sorry, Matty boy.
Yep, no worries.
So if you can see that those two shafts have separated now, and that's a very tilted, aggressive spin axis, right? If I add loft to that, to the top one, what happens is that spin axis is not nearly as tilted anymore, and that's what basically causes the ball to fly much straighter. That's why loft makes the ball fly straighter. So again, without changing, the distance between path and face.
So you're basically, this is the spin axis angle.
Correct.
Is my arm, basically.
Yeah, and then if I narrow that, so if I had a piece of string, I tied a piece of string between those two shafts, right now they'd be close to horizontal.
Gotcha. Which is extreme.
Extreme. Let me see, so I'm getting a better angle
There you
here.
go.
So if I had a piece of string, so if I took that string now, and I'm just going to tilt the club face up, this is the loft moving. Now, we're still the same separation. Call it 5 degrees. We're still at 5 degrees apart here, and we're 5 degrees apart here. We just have dealing with more loft. That piece of string got a lot more vertical.
Right.
So we're no longer tilting the spin axis of the golf ball to make it curve.
Gotcha. And that's why
That's the role of loft.
The ball will spin offline easier.
Correct.
Good. Love it.
Correct.
It's a very important one. Just getting constant spam calls this week. I need to change my phone number. It's brutal. Do M5 weights fit in the sim driver? I don't think so.
On the front track, I would imagine it's the same. To be honest, I haven't tried an M5 weight in a sim. I'm not too sure. Maybe different.
I mean, it kind of looks the same, to be honest. Stand by.
Gonna guess it's the same, guys, but could be wrong.
They're a different color, but they do look the same, if I'm honest.
Yep. Let's fire a little question in while
you do that?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, apparently the stream looks fine. Glad
Good.
Paul's coming in for he's having a fitting in general on Friday.
Nice.
He's got 20-year-old Ping Zings, and he's hoping to test the Mizuno HMBs.
We'll keep an open mind.
Yep.
20 years is
It's a long time.
a long time. So regardless of what you do, you're going to get some good results, and you're going to get some good tech to use. So go and enjoy it.
It seems unlikely that he won't get certain things like more ball speed is kind of a guarantee at that point. Do you think?
Yeah. More performance. I mean, just everything.
Paul, it will be a good experience.
Yeah.
Bradley, I agree. Couldn't agree more. Could not agree more. Okay, good. The audio's good. Thank good God for that.
Stream good. Food looks great. Food is great.
It does look pretty good. I'm getting hungry. All right, let's continue. Trade-offs between a 10-degree G400 LST and an 8.5-degree G400 Max. That's an interesting question. I like this.
Yeah, that's a great question.
Does a lower lofted G400 Max get the low spin and keep its forgiveness? Ooh, I like that question, Alex. That is a good question.
So the reality is that the CG being sort of deeper is going to outweigh the loft. So there's every chance the 10 degree LS Tech flies a little bit flatter than the 8.5G 400 Max.
Yeah, you may actually end up with more spin on that G400
Yeah.
Max.
Yeah, the chances are you actually probably will.
Yeah. Now, you'll get lower spin than obviously a 10 degree G400 Max, but no, the LST version is a lot lower spin. That's a really good question, though.
Good, really good question.
You know what we should allude to? I don't want to spoil the video, though. Callaways that we tested today, drivers.
I actually wrote a thesis at one point on loft versus CG location on drivers for TrackMan Master
That's pretty cool.
stuff. And it was taken at the time, I think it was like a 9 degree G25 and an SLDR that was like 12 or something like that, and you actually saw the SLDR fly out flatter than the 9 degree, even though there's a 3 degree difference.
Love it. Joe, welcome. Welcome, Joe.
So the answer is
Thank you for joining us.
the weights are exactly the same.
Okay, so back to that question. Sorry, I forgot who asked it. M5 weight is exactly the same as a sim weight.
Yep.
It just has a different
color
finish. So yes, go nuts. Joe joined. We're just saying hello to Joe.
You think there's a good interesting one, Wayne Jones. I mean, I'm fascinated by this.
After 2 years of trying to find fairways, that maybe Jordan Spieth might drop Titleist.
I can promise you one thing in that scenario: it's not Titleist's fault.
Yeah, that's true. They got enough drivers to work with.
It's not. It's Jordan is he's just lost his swing. It's plain and simple.
It's too bad.
I was on the PGA.com app yesterday, and I was looking at his. He shot 5 under yesterday.
Yeah, it's the best round he's played in how long, right?
You should see how bad he hit it.
Oh, I didn't see his round.
He hit it everywhere.
I saw him chip in for par on his 18th hole to shoot his round.
If it didn't make for bad viewing, I would get my phone and literally show you every tee shot. He hit it so far, so wide.
I hope he figures it out, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it just looks like he's really struggling.
Okay, I'm going to grab a few questions, then the speed lightning round will return. I just want to grab the questions from people that lit up the official TXG lamp. We need a name for that thing.
Jeffrey the lamp.
Jeffrey.
Oh, Jeffrey.
All right. I was in focus earlier when I did this. Okay, I got this from Mike about the Super Hybrid. Good. I will return for speed round, and I just want to make sure I get these because I got really behind on these last week, and it was embarrassing. Let's go. Well, talking about the distance report. Why wasn't golfer knowledge and access to information a major factor? Assuming you're meaning like consumer level or
golfer
average,
knowledge.
like average player information data. I'm not sure if they take that stuff into. Is there really a long-term study of how far an average golfer hits the ball?
The problem you've got with that, Whisker, is often more knowledge leads to more misuse of knowledge.
That's a good point.
Especially when it comes from the internet. I mean, everyone's seen a golf video they think relates to them, and it takes them down a dark path, and they start kind of chasing the wrong stuff. And it's not until you go and do a one-on-one with a coach and go, yeah, you've been doing the complete wrong thing. I don't think that necessarily is going to lead to a lot of golfers improving their game.
Fair. Bandit, I have a meeting on Wednesday to secure you some bucket hats. So yes, it's on the list. Imminent, one might call it. Good low spin shaft for 100-mile swing speed with a steep angle of attack. Don't look at shafts.
Thank you.
Pick a higher lofted, lower spinning head. This is hilarious. Look at this from Joe. Whisker and Banner are doing their part to keep those amateur driver distances down.
Dirty dog.
TXG dirty dog emoji. I love it. Love it. You guys would make a great foursome scramble partner at a TXG event, though. Are you still fiddling with this stuff?
This is the worst.
Okay, well, put them away.
This is the worst.
Stuff to do.
I'm listening. My ears are still working.
Yeah, but you're jingling in people's ears and stuff.
Well, I'm trying to fix it for tomorrow. The new track is no. No, I will not go back in.
Help us, Brandon. Okay, we continue.
Keep going.
From Ward, currently using KBS C-Taper Stiff in Mizuno irons. Okay, good question. So what shaft would you recommend in the wedges to complement those? So KBS C-Taper Stiff in his irons. Iron shaft. recommendation.
You can always you can always have a look at the same shafts. You can soft step them if you want to keep the weight around the same, and you can go kind of 9-iron shaft in the wedge, you can go 8-iron shaft in the lob wedge, that type of thing, just to soften them up a little bit.
Okay.
If you want a generally softer profile, you can look at something similar weighted, like a Project XLZ 6.0, perhaps Nippon Modus 125 wedge shafts are really nice.
Okay.
Couple options.
Thank you. Lovely. This has popped up a couple times. We are already doing some stuff with Mark, and the shaft-related video will come probably closer to the spring. But yes, Jason, if you haven't seen it, there's one on Mark's channel about low spin drivers that we did with him already, and
enjoyed it.
It was great. It was a great experience. I think people liked it.
It seemed like it was received pretty well, and I think when we spoke to Mark on the phone, we were really encouraged and delighted to hear how closely aligned our intentions were with what we tried to do for
Welcome, Troy.
Our own channels. So, welcome, Troy.
Yeah, so look for much more of that. There is nothing but more good stuff coming there. Cooper, no, we did not do putter videos today, but it is on our near.
Yeah.
There's a couple things we're going to finish up in terms of ball testing and stuff, and then we're due for a.
We're going to have a big day in the green.
We'll just set up for a day, right?
I think we're penciled in for March 2nd.
We have a special guest.
We have a short game special that day. We have a special guest. We have a really ambitious day planned, actually. We have 9 videos planned.
We'll be here early and leaving late. It's good.
Yeah, I mean, I think topic-wise, though, I think we can get through them. It's not like it's going to be. I think they're a little bit more detailed in technique rather than.
Yeah, there's no way for those videos to take extra time. We're just going to do them. Do you want to say who's coming?
Yeah, so we've got Gareth Rufluski coming in to spend the day with us, and we've got I think 4 equipment-related videos, and then we've got 5 technique-related videos, which I think you guys will honestly, I genuinely think you'll love. Gareth is one of the absolute best coaches in the world, and he is a short game master. He coaches the Jutanagarn girls, Jin Young Ko, the world #1 in the LPGA Tour.
He's got an amazing list of students.
Amazing Lydia Ko. He teaches basically the who's who in the LPGA Tour. And when you see how good their short games are, I mean, Jin Young Ko went how many holes last year? Over 100 holes without making a bogey.
Oh, the Canadian Open.
Well, and then into the next tournament, isn't it? So.
Oh yeah, she had some absurd record.
I mean,
it was crazy.
You only go over 100 holes without making a bogey if your short game is outrageous. That's the only way, because you're going to miss greens.
You're going to miss some amount of greens for sure.
You're going to miss hit shots. So.
Very true. All right, from Nicholas. Do you ever fit a low handicap player into a 7-wood? Good question.
Do I? Not often, but I wouldn't be scared to. I wouldn't be adverse to doing it. I don't.
Basically,
do it
someone who needs a little bit of launch and spin.
Yeah. Back to that whole kind of like the low handicapper generally has speed. Generally, when you have speed, you don't have issues elevating. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm going to fix this red. I agree. This red text is really annoying. Stand by, everyone. It's never been red before.
I don't know. Yeah, I wondered where that came from.
It's unacceptable. Hi.
Look at that.
What a day.
Man's a wizard.
We're really having a great day today. Let's take this quickly from Brandon. T100 versus MP20 MMC forgiveness. That's your irons versus Mikey's irons.
MMC. MMC is more forgiving.
Okay. All right.
But T100
I fixed the red text.
Awesome.
For the several comments that I've received. Okay, we're almost ready for another lightning round. SST Puring, Dan, that is coming later, not now. I don't think that you have anything new to report on that. Talked about it for a bit last live stream.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
I don't really have anything new to add on that. Dan,
we've got a video on it. We done a video with Dick Weiss, who invented it,
last
who created it. Yep, last year at the PGA show. So if you want a good in-depth, coming from the man himself, that's probably the best thing to do. Go back in that one.
Yep, gotcha. From Chase, is the C-Taper Lite X Flex the same as a C-Taper R Plus?
Nope.
Okay, so different.
Yeah, the only thing that's similar is the weight.
Okay, so same weight but very different stiffness profile.
They are different, yeah.
Okay, good. We're almost caught up. And then got some people recommending Larry in the comments. We recommend Larry also.
Yep, check out the channel.
Larry's channel is growing. He's doing well. Okay. Oh, good. Bobby was in to see Cam.
He was, Bobby.
Love
Hope
it.
you made it back safe and sound, my man. Sorry we didn't get to hang out a little bit more.
Thanks for coming, though. It's
Yep.
great.
Yeah, I think Bobby was fitted into, I looked over your data once you left, you were fitted into a TS3 with a graphite design DI6. And the numbers looked really, really good on it. So if you get a chance to put that beauty together, it looks like a really good combo for you.
Lovely. Saw this come up a couple times. I saw on Instagram from Ping with that. What was that?
It's funny, I got bombarded with
you?
that one, yeah.
Yeah, because you're a big fan of light tape, right?
Well, somebody,
Big proponent of light tape
one of my
over here.
friends said to me, he's like, yeah, thoughts? And I was like, well, I mean, if you've got nothing else to use, and you know, you
good,
kind of need something to help you along the way, then it's probably all right.
So you'd basically call it a better than nothing.
Better than nothing. It's probably, and I think I said to Matt in the text I sent him back, was like, it's probably 65% of what you need to know. So it's okay.
So it's not nothing.
There's
but it's not the best.
there's other stuff.
Dynamic lie readings are better.
Interesting one.
I was just going to take that. Yeah. Good timing on this question, Stuart. They're up there.
So there's here's the brand new one.
Here, let me give the people a proper close up here, because God knows we can.
Let the man use his toys, for the love of God.
How's that look?
That is big.
Oh, lovely.
Oh.
So that's the new graphics on them?
Yeah, that's the brand new graphics. Goes from the 14 series, 84 grams, all the way up to the 19 series. 14 high-low, so relative
is that a kick
to...
point
Yeah, I mean,
rating?
obviously designed for, I know. There are different bend profiles, different weight profiles, slightly different. So we've got 12 different TPT shafts. They have addressed their issue.
That's what everyone wants to know, right?
Yeah, so that's exactly it. So the story was, the story is that the material that was in it was exceptionally strong, and actually too strong to the point where it became actually a little bit brittle.
Right.
So,
Right.
and also something, you know, a little bit to do with kind of the way they lay the fibers. So,
What was you had that Titleist thing you told me, is that safe for sharing? Not really?
no. But
Anyways,
let's just
they're
say
back
that
on the wall.
they are on the wall, and you know, lots of companies are very happy with the quality control of the new line, as we are.
Good.
We actually with 3 successful fits with TPT shafts
Yeah,
last
I
week.
was just going to say that's
Yeah.
that's a good indication. All right, from Joe, who's a brand new member. Joe, thoughts on the
that one next.
Sure, yeah. Thoughts on the Counterbalance Diamana Plus. Those are counterbalanced. Interesting, I didn't know that.
Again, back to
Relatively?
the counterbalance.
I hear you. Yeah.
Probably as counterbalance as we found
Some other shafts.
some other shafts to be.
It's all relative. Okay.
I don't think it's counterbalanced in the sense of there are really counterbalanced shafts, and some of those, to name them, would be like Aldila, Rogue Black. VA Nemesis is the most counterbalanced shaft we've tested to this point.
Yes. So those are like really counterbalanced.
Yep, the new Acra TZ6 counterbalance are really counterbalanced. I think you'd probably find the Diamana D Plus has a slightly higher CG. So
Perfect.
Yeah.
So to Joe's question, I think that's good that you outlined that. So
Yeah.
I think his concern would be the fact that it
Not
is
a
listed
big
as
deal.
counterbalance.
Yeah,
It shouldn't
not a
give
big
you
deal.
a weird head weight, Joe, because it's
Yeah.
not really that counterbalanced, to
No.
be honest. It would be at least a swing weight or two heavier than something like a Nemesis that's really counterbalanced. Good question. All right, from Tyler. How do you become a certified club fitter?
It's a great question, and you don't. I'm not a certified club fitter. I've never been certified by anyone.
Certified by who, I guess, right?
Certified by my 20 years doing it. There is no such thing as an industry classification.
There's no universal thing, is there?
No, I've been a PJ Pro for, well, was a PJ Pro. I'm no longer PJ Pro. I was a PJ Pro for 16 years.
Did you just find it wasn't worth keeping up?
It just wasn't worth it for me. I wasn't using it anymore, and there was more value for me having my amateur status back. So,
So what do you think Tyler should be doing then, versus worrying about something like that?
if Tyler wants to get into club fitting, go and take a job as a club fitter.
Yeah,
and if
practical.
if you don't get hired as a club fitter, you got to go and try and gain the skills and the knowledge. And I get hired because there was companies who recognised that I knew an awful lot about golf clubs, and I was keen to go and learn
Right.
and all that sort of stuff. So You just have to, force the
Just have
issue.
to do it. Good. Good advice. The Detroit area, or at least Michigan. What do you
I think
know?
Miles of Golf is in that region.
Miles of Golf.
Yep.
Chef recommends Miles of Golf. JC, yes, it will be very useful in getting close-ups.
Am I giving you the gears, am I?
I don't know. You just think it's... I mean, it's impossible for you to be as excited as I am, so
True.
It's just not
Very
possible. All right, Matthew, struggling with very low launch. He's got a Cobra F6. Driver issue or swing issue? 4 to 5 degrees is very low.
Swing.
Yeah,
Matthew,
probably your swing, bud. Yeah,
Get some more tilt. Keep your weight in your trail side for longer.
it's probably hitting down on it a lot.
Lots of weight shift, lots of downward.
Okay.
Pulling the handle. Get the club in your left hand. Practice. Get a short iron, put it in your left hand, and literally make left-handed swings, letting the weight of the club deliver loft. You want to stop pulling that handle too far forward and then turning the loft down.
Gotcha. Parker, 1 second, bud. I've got it here. All right. Parker plays KBS Tour 130X in his irons, loves the flight, except the 4-iron is going too low. Okay. So what shaft, I'm not sure if you will recommend shaft, but what would you recommend doing with the 4-iron if it's going too low?
I certainly wouldn't recommend another shaft to do
Okay.
it.
So, okay, I didn't say what the iron models are. Would you say go to an iron model that blends into it that's got a lower center of gravity, like a combo set basically in the longer irons?
Yeah, go to something for in the Apex.
Apex meaning, oh sorry, I thought he said Callaway Apex. That means like Apex as in it's too low in height.
Yeah, that's the Apex is in the flight, exactly.
Gotcha.
It depends what kind of head obviously you've got, and we would probably want to get you into something that was A, quicker, and like Matthew said, B, has a lower CG so it can launch a little bit higher.
Gotcha. Good advice. Okay. I think we're going to do a lightning round after this one.
Okay.
For Michael, recommendation for average swing speed golfer, Fuji Atmos Tour Spec blue or black?
Blue.
Blue is what our Canadian pal Nick Taylor was using.
Yep. Blue is commonly used as a nice fairway wood option or a slightly softer.
Hey, well, Nick hit many fairways this weekend, so.
Giveaway.
Oh yeah. I don't know how I'm going to do. How am I going to give these away though? I don't know how I'm going to do this. I didn't have time to give it any thought.
Yeah.
I know what I'll do. Okay, so TaylorMade Canada, our friend Graham and Nick at TaylorMade Canada have donated, well not donated, they've given us six dozen
TP5
golf ball boxes to give away on the live stream. Thanks guys, much appreciated.
As a sort of to commemorate Nick Taylor's
celebration.
win, and
awesome.
everyone was absolutely delighted. We were all pulling really hard for Nick, and
Yeah, I was.
he hung tough in there yesterday. That
I was a little worried on 14 when he made that double, but Phil made a bogey and then he was steadying. So no, we spent some time with Nick played some ping pong with Nick down at the
That's right.
in California.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, obviously really good guy. I think everyone agrees, but we were happy to see him win. So yes, TaylorMade Canada, thank you for doing that. So I can't do it live, but what I can do is comment after this is done. You put a comment down below, just say TaylorMade TP5 giveaway, or just say hello or whatever you want to do, and we'll do a random draw. Maybe tomorrow or Wednesday. We'll draw it on Wednesday. So you have 48 hours to put your name in. So comment below when the video is finished, not now. Actually, no. Can you comment during the live in the comments? I should probably know that.
Can you? How do we do that? Where we can do it in the software?
I can do it in the software
Can you?
after. I can't do it from live comments, like live chat. I can do it from comments on a video.
Can we do a 1-minute video when we're done? Hey guys, just following up from the live. This is our TaylorMade giveaway. Leave your comments in this video and then pop up on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, I can do that. This will also go up automatically too. This is going up right away.
I just want it to get lost in amongst the whole video, and some people might not see it. I want it.
Okay, we'll do it after.
Yeah.
We will do it after.
Someone's going to win. Yeah, 6 dozen TV balls. That's fantastic.
Are we giving
It's
them all the
amazing.
same person?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I didn't know the answer to that. We're going to give them all the same price. So it's like a nice little season supply.
Brilliant. It's so good.
It's
so
awesome.
nice of the boys.
It's a very good golf ball. I like that TP5. It's
I
one
really
of,
like that
one of
TP5.
several balls that I could definitely play
The
that.
TP5X, it's funny, the X I struggle with.
It's very low spin, right?
Yeah, really low spin. I struggle with that one, but I really like the TB5. In fact, I played it a couple of rounds down in
Yes, you did.
Florida, and we were chatting about how much more the golf ball was stopping versus.
Absolutely. Yeah, your flight was definitely better with that TP5X, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Let's grab this prior to my lightning round beginning. Okay. 620 CBs, C-taper lights. So this was a fitting.
C-tapers.
Yeah, a lot of C-tapers. Fast tempo, 85 mile an hour 7-iron. Tend to open the club on the backswing, a little over the top on the downswing. How do you feel about that fit? Misses a toe fade.
I would say the shaft's probably a little bit light. I'd like to get you into something a little bit heavier and heftier. And
so not a light version of a C-taper, maybe a regular C-taper.
C-taper light is 110 grams. I'd rather you played something that had a little bit more weight and heft.
Beautiful. Good.
Think about something like a Project XLZ 6.0.
Okay. It doesn't sound like he's ordered them yet, so hopefully you haven't.
Okay.
Go with that recommendation.
Any glove recommendations? I would have a glove recommendation. I've used Strix gloves for 3 years and I absolutely love them. This year we just got some G4 gloves. I tell you what, that might be the best glove I've ever felt.
They're wild. How nice those are.
That is a real high quality.
We can do a soft announcement. TXG boys will all be wearing G4 shoes in 2020.
We will all be wearing G4 shoes. Yeah.
And I think me and you will be using the gloves on the channel.
I will absolutely be using the glove.
I could definitely use a glove that lasts a long time because God knows I go through them. But yes, G4 gloves are really, really good. Really,
Sweaty Betty over there.
Sweaty bastard. It's hard work over there.
It's 2 weeks in a row you've sworn in the channel.
Bastard is not a swear word. Calm down. No F-bomb, it doesn't count. I mean, 500 videos without doing it.
Hashtag Matty's F-bomb. Let's see if we can get that one going.
It was funny, I have to say. It was funny.
A careless whisper.
It was a careless whisper. Somewhat careless, and it was a whisper. Okay, so Atmos Blue, which we were just talking about, versus the Diamond BF, which is the blue one.
Yep.
And the ZF, which is the silvery one.
Yep.
Team Grande and Handicap. That's hilarious. Alex is on your
So
side.
true, Alex.
What are those? What's the deal with those three shafts?
So, opinions on them. Opinions on who they're for, or just do I like them, or?
Let's go with that. I know they're all three of them were, well, two of them are on the wall now. Atmos was on there at one point. Not now, but they were.
BF is a bit of a fiddly beast.
Is it?
You have to be kind of really careful who you give it to. It can be magic or tragic. I find that when you have it in stiffer flexes, it works really, really well.
So it's too soft in a
It can be
soft
even.
flex?
It's so by EI curve it is stiffer in the handle, very stiff in the handle actually. It's a little softer in the middle, and then it gets stiffer in the midsection again. ZF is a little bit stiffer than that in the tip section. That's what Justin Thomas went to, the ZF.
Okay, yeah.
So it's a little bit stiffer in the tip section. So if you're looking for that, that's probably more my wheelhouse, is something like a ZF profile. I quite like a whiteboard feel, which is DF, which is softer in the butt section. So remember we were talking about that last week about the guys who aren't crazy heavy loaders. So they're kind of smooth loaders, but release all the kind of energy at the ball. So that's when obviously the chain of energy, you need it to be much stiffer at the tip section.
That end. Okay.
So you're not really pulling at the handle, so you don't need it to be as stiff in the butt section. So you get a softer butt section for more feel.
Gotcha. All right, Alex, hopefully that helps. Lots of pointers on those. I don't even know if I want to take this. Go Sabres. Oh my goodness, go Sabres. Okay, well, we'll take your question anyway. I don't know if I can take it seriously.
What do you think will be the G410 of this year? How do you think it'll stack up against this year's drivers? The G410 of this year will be...
Well, it will still be the G410 for a while because it's still current.
But in terms of the most popular, it was the King last year.
Oh, you're saying the most popular driver of this year will be... Oh, dear.
What do you think will be this year's?
If I had to say right now...
Where would you have to hang your hat? Your life depends on it.
If I were to bet you $5 right now, I would bet...
$5?
Yes, Scotsman, $5. $5 Canadian
I
dollars.
said
too.
like $5 and your life depends on it.
No one said, I didn't, you said my life depended on you. I didn't say that. Cobra Speed Zone Extreme. That's my guess. 1, because it's really good so far from what we've tested, and 2, because it is a bit cheaper than the rest.
There
And
you go.
people like that. And why
There you
wouldn't you? But Bo, there will be many more videos on that kind of thing, so stay tuned. What's that? Can I have one?
Where'd they
'Cause I'm
come from?
starving. What flavor you got there? I'm dying.
Banana.
That's lovely. Thank you, sir. Maximum Golf Protein.
Thanks, buddy.
For my pleasure. Okay. Lowering driver loft does open the face. Yep. I'm not sure what that last part means, but take us through an adjustable hosel really quickly. So I have a 10.5 degree driver in my hand, and I lower it to 9.5. I'm opening the face by how much?
Say again. You had a
So
10.5.
10.5. Yeah, 10.5 head. I'm going down to 9.5.
Yeah.
Loft.
So 1 degree is 2 degrees of face angle
Okay,
adjustment.
so now I have a 2 degree open driver from where it was. So I think what he's probably asking is like, how does that work? Because it's not the same as a 9.5 degree driver.
So here's the thing, right? A 10.5 degree driver, if we're starting with 10.5, no matter what you do to that 10.5, it's still 10.5. It's always 10.5. It has been cast or kind of built at 10.5. If we preset that head open, we are basically saying that if we allow 2 degrees of closure, we are going to have less loft and rotation. We don't have the ability to move the head that way, so we're dealing with it. We're setting it open, knowing that if it comes in square, it's going to have less loft.
Okay, that's a good explanation.
Right.
So
The
if you
other
hit the ball
part-
square, it will
yes.
actually have less loft.
The other part of this as well is the most of the adapters are single axis cogs,
Right.
which basically means that you're not just changing face angle, you're changing lie angle. So, and what has been a bit of a misconception in the past has been people think that you go open and go lower, and you go closed and go more upright. That isn't always the case. So you remember if we talked to Chris Voschel about this, and Chris was telling us that their driver or their hybrid, their CLK for example, starts at I think it's 57 degrees. It's the flattest. Although ping can go flatter by moving it in the adjustments, the CLK is the flattest standard hybrid, but it doesn't matter if you turn the loft up or turn the loft down. Either way makes the club more upright. Because
That's the way their sleeve works.
Correct.
Okay.
And most companies are like that.
Gotcha. I've never even seen a question like this before. Does torque have a relationship with the bend profile of a shaft?
Does it have a relationship?
Good question. Was there a correlation, I guess, is what he's
No.
asking.
No.
So they can be manipulated independent of each other. So you could have a stiff,
Yeah.
or sorry, you could have a certain bend profile with a low torque.
So if we're talking bend profile, we're talking about the EI curve of the shaft. We're talking about measuring the shaft at 8-inch increments all the way down the shaft. So basically the shaft is basically take 2 points and then you place pressure between those 2 8 points and you see how much or how that shaft resists that pressure. So on that we'll plot a chart, an EI chart. So that's how we know the resistance to pressure, and that tells us how the shaft, how stiff it is.
Right.
Torque is a torsional measurement.
Right, so it's in this axis.
Yeah. So so torque is related mostly to feel. The testing on that sort of stuff would tell you that even although you may feel a shaft or the contact happen and you may feel the twist, the ball has actually left by the time that club is actually fully twisted. Well, impact only lasts 4/10,000ths of a second. So the ball has been on the face and gone before that shaft has had a chance to really twist and take you into something that we call feel.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Tensi AV White AM2 iron shafts. Are they new?
Yes.
Have you tested them yet?
It's funny, I have not tested them, but talking to the guys at Titleist a lot about iron shafts and AMT, ascending mass technology, and I'm a huge fan of that, and I know they are as well. And I was kind of pleased to chat with them and why they think that that's a smart move. I'm a big fan of really only going constant weight, keeping your shafts the same weight all the way through, or having them progress from the lightest being your long irons to being the heaviest in your short irons. That just makes
you don't want to see a lighter shaft in your pitching wedge.
Don't expect that to be a fit that you'll ever see coming out of Bay 2 at TXG.
Or Bay 1 or 3, for that matter.
Yeah, I mean, some guys don't mind it. Some people value, parallel shafts and frequency matching and things like that. They value that maybe a little bit more than I do. Certainly one thing I don't, with any of the guys, I don't kind of implement what I think I value on them.
You're not limiting them to that. You're just letting them.
100%. They are hired because I know they have the skill set to deal with any situation, and if in that situation they think parallel shafts and descending weight is the answer, then I'm good with that.
I like it. I'm going to answer this question.
Go for it.
Because I know the answer.
Go for it.
So Anthony broke his M5. Our condolences. He's going to get a Sim or Sim Max. Any swing weight concerns? No, Anthony. Because they weighed exactly the same when we weighed them. To the gram. Yeah, to the gram. So the M5 weighed exactly the same as a Sim. A Sim Max weighs the same as an M6. So if you go M5 to Sim Max, then yes, the Sim Max will weigh, 5 grams less or something? 4 or 5 grams less? It was a bit lighter.
2.
Oh, it was only 2.
195 versus 193, I think we had.
Okay. Yeah. So in either case, I would say it doesn't sound like you would have any issues swapping those heads up. The same swing weight you've had before. This is a you question for sure. Look at that. Okay.
I was at TXG a couple of weeks ago. Sorry, I missed you. I was fitting to 785, 585 with Money Taper Light. What stock shaft would be closest to those? Yeah, Modus for sure. Yeah.
Modus comes as stock in Strixons.
I think they do the 105X. Gotcha. Do 105X? Brandon's nodding at me. Brandon knows.
Good. Okay, so go with those as an alternative.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Nicholas, Fuji Pro 2.0 8X and the Graphite Design DI 85X Hybrido shaft.
Difference between. You will feel the shaft significantly heavier and it will play stiffer in the DI. That is a pretty stout hybrid shaft.
Stiffer in the DI. Gotcha.
Fuji Pro is a little higher balance point as well.
Gotcha. Difference in profile, KBS Tour 130 and Modus 120, both X-Flex.
Having trouble finding the info. Yeah, definitely fairly different. KBS a little higher balance point than the Modus 120. Obviously the weight is a significant difference. It's interesting, I actually think those things matter much more than what the bend profile is. I really do. I think where the weight is, where the balance point is, that's going to affect what you do with it. I'm more interested in how a player presents the club at impact rather than what it does by bend profile. I mean, take a perfect example. If we were to do that Al de la Rogue shaft, the black for you, that by bend profile you would say would get very soft in the tip section and launch it high. It doesn't do that.
It was not what it did at all.
Absolutely does not do that. So
good point.
Don't kind of get lost too much in bend profiles. We certainly as fitters don't.
Gotcha. Okay, speed round begins. 20 minutes after I said I would do it.
Okay.
All right, I think we were about, I want to say we were about here when I was doing speed rounds. Shaft peering, we talked about that. All right, here we go. Speed round begins. Okay. Someone who's low launch, low spin with their driver. What is the best course of action for them?
Keep your weight in your back foot and hit up on it more.
Okay, club-wise?
More loft.
Okay, good. If anyone's wondering, there is a delay, so you can't ask a question more than once a minute. Basically just doing it so we don't miss so many questions. So I don't think that 60 seconds is enough. Probably need to do about 120 next time. But just in case you're wondering, if you send a question, you do have to chill for a bit. I'm just trying to get more people's questions. So just don't.
Sounds good.
It's hard for us to keep up. Oh yeah, we were here, no?
Sorry, I'm going to
Distance
I'll
to
run this one quickly.
Oh, the Toronto Golf Show. The Nexus of
How come you guys didn't go to the Toronto Golf Show? Would love to see you guys. Yeah, maybe next year we'll go. It's not something we've never been part of any of them, to be honest. So in the future, you never know. Right now, we're to be honest. I mean,
there's a lot of stuff going on.
There's so much going on. The boys didn't have 2 minutes free, never mind asking them to work on their weekends.
That's true. That's
so
a whole weekend of
at some point we might try and go Colin, but you know where to find us.
We are in Toronto all the time.
All the time.
Open 6 days a week. Okay, good, we were here. Anti-left drivers, so anti-hook drivers. What are your favorites for 2020 so far?
Anti-hook driver for a lefty. Nothing yet is showing me that they're better than Sim on that.
So Sim standard is the fade bias.
I had a couple of customers last week that had big right to left issues, and we never just eliminated them. We completely changed the profile of actually how he swung the club, because most of what caused him to hook it was based on the fact that the club shut over. When we stopped the club shutting over, he actually neutralized his golf swing, and
that's
basically
really cool.
dead straight.
And that's how fitting can change your golf swing.
Yes, sir.
If anyone's wondering. Dave, there is a video called How to Get the Most Out of Your Fitting.
Probably our best video.
It's a very good video. Ian's personal favorite.
My personal favorite.
I don't remember if I did that or Mikey did, but anyway. Was it me?
You and I.
Oh, Mikey did the set composition one for you.
Me, you, and young Sammy.
Oh.
Sam Bake, yeah. Because remember we time-stamped it all along the way with all the steps of.
That's right. That's right.
Sammy Boy done that one with us.
Sammy, yeah. Search that on the channel, Dave. It's a good video. It will tell you everything you should know before going to your fitting. M5. We are in the same place, I swear. This is where we were before, because then you started fiddling with that M5 weight, remember? Okay, here we are. Peter ordered a set of copper MP20s. Jealous. Those are beauties. Will the coating plate play different from normal?
No, I
don't think it'll play different. It'll probably wear different.
Yeah.
But no, it shouldn't change your...
Should not, Helens? All right.
Helens. Okay, good. Here we are, yes. A lot of shaft questions this week. It's good. New True Temper Elevate versus the... What's True Temper? Was there an Elevate Tour now?
No, that's the Elevate Tour. Yeah,
Elevate Tour, okay. Versus KBS Tour. Pretty different, no?
Yeah, they are different. Elevate is a little softer in the tip section. So that's a really good shaft. I really like it. Yeah, I do a lot with it.
Cool.
It just became. Well, I think the Elevate 95 became really popular as a stock shaft. But the tour version, essentially the X-Flex. Remember how much you liked that one?
Oh yeah, I did like that one.
Really liked it.
That's right.
I mean, it's subtly different. Again, talked about KBS earlier on, and it's KBS has great feel. Lots of really good feel. It's a little bit higher balance point. It is average in sort of tip stiffness. It's not going to be the stiffest you'll find out there. Probably one of the softer ones when you relate it to Project X and even Nippon Modus and True Temper.
Gotcha. Quick question on ball compression, which came up today. Is there a ball speed, club speed limit where different compression balls start to make more of a difference?
It's a good question.
It's a very good question.
It's a really good question. And actually, to be honest,
I like that question.
We don't do enough testing. Most of our ball testing is done with the Gorilla here, so we're always dealing in the 170 mile an hour speeds. It would actually be quite good to test, because we have seen discrepancies in ball speed with softer and firmer golf balls.
I always do.
We're starting to see more, interestingly enough, the more that we actually have a golf ball now in here that we want to test against. Perhaps, maybe, I think we still have some of those Wilson Duo golf balls.
Those soft ones.
Yeah, we really can do some extreme testing and compression, because we have a really firm golf ball in here now that we actually tested today.
One of the firmest, okay, good.
I
just saw one here I wanted to take. Where did that go? This guy?
Yeah.
online fitting tools. So that's like kind of wizards or whatever you want to call them, where you just go through and answer questions kind of thing?
Good question, and I think they are obviously very generalized. You know, I think by a process of elimination through asking good questions, you can get a really good sense of kind of a direction you need to go in. But being specific about the exact one, so there, you know, perfect example earlier on the video we done with the TZ6 counterbalance.
Right.
You know, you take 3 shafts that, you know, any one fit the bill of what we were trying to do in that video, but you told me all 3 felt differently.
They did.
Therefore, when they felt differently, you've done different things with them. You can never predict what someone's going to feel, therefore you can never predict what they're going to do. So I think online fitting and fitting tools are good. They, however, are a product of how good are the questions you're being asked and how good is the database.
And at this point, nothing automated could possibly do what you're talking about. It can't be an automated system yet that does that. That's
absolutely
that's
cannot.
Somewhere in the future.
Yep.
And I mean super future. Okay, let's continue. What would be the best fairway wood of 2020?
Oh, you're stuck between 2.
I mean, yeah, that Maverick Sub-Zero was really good. The Sim Standard was really good. The Sim Max was really good. I still like my TS3 quite a lot. What else is good? What else is new? I haven't tried the Cobra ones yet.
No, we haven't.
So I don't know anything about that.
Looking forward to getting those in.
We'll probably have to wait on that, Alex, a little bit. But so far, the Maverick woods were super, super good, and the Sim woods were also.
I'd probably lean slightly towards Sim right now.
Would you say for launch conditions, it's the best?
Speed, yeah.
Oh, really? Quick too?
As well, yeah, really, really quick.
Love it. Love it.
Sean's saying the camera has got life of its own.
This is about 2 hours ago, so it probably did. Jake, I saw you joined. Thank you for joining. Sorry, we're catching back up.
We are.
Jake is asking about the Tour AD XC.
Yep, really like it. So
the one that I was trying?
Yeah, you were trying that one. So an updated version and a slightly stronger tip section of the original Tour AD BB, the Blue Bullet. So it is, and actually the BB from the stories I've heard evolved off of trying to make something a little bit stiffer for Ryo Ishikawa on his DI. So it was a progression of the DI, and it's been a while since I heard that.
Yeah.
I remember.
It's kind of disappeared a bit.
Yeah, and so the XC is just a slightly stiffer tip section, reinforced. Some new materials being accessed in there, so it's really good shaft. We like it a lot.
Yep, I liked it in my initial.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go catch back up to reality for a second, and then we'll. Sam, is that the one that I want to get?
Oh, was that a GC quad?
Where's that? Hi.
Any idea if you guys will be moving away from GC quad to
the Hawk?
We will, absolutely we will. That is the plan. If as soon as we can see, flashy light.
So good. Who's that from?
As soon as we see the Hawk. Now you've used the GC Hawk at Richmond Hill Golf Club.
Yes.
Club data.
Club data. Yep.
Good.
Yep. I had no issues with it.
None?
Seemed to be accurate to me.
Because we saw, the show, they weren't really ready for it at the show.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, to be honest, I didn't spend a ton of time, so I don't want to definitively say yes. I used it a little bit. It seemed like it worked quite well.
Because, according to Foresight, they said go check out. They told me to go check out the one at Richmond Hill because they said
it's
that
functioning
one's
the best.
great.
As far as I saw, it worked great. I played 18 holes on the simulator there. I hit some balls on the range setting just to work on my swing a bit. It seemed good. I didn't have any issue with it. It had no dropped readings, nothing.
Exciting. Well, soon we will be moving to that.
Sooner rather than later.
Some point, I would say probably late spring.
Love it. Where'd that question go? Here we are. Best shaft for an F9 3-wood, wanting low trajectory. That depends, Sam.
Of a stock shaft that they offer, or and probably I think probably hazardous smoke is probably of
That's
all
like
the
the
stock
stiffest
ones.
one?
I think that's probably a good one for what they offer. That'd be a good option. And also turn the loft down a wee bit.
Aye. Less loft, Sam. That will help. From Ryan. High spin flight with a driver, 3,000 spin, okay. Tried changing shafts. Struggle getting wedge spin. That's
I
interesting.
don't know if does this whole, like, even with a low spin shaft, does this information not penetrate?
It takes time.
We need to get to grips with.
We've only been doing this for 2 years.
Shafts are there's not really such a thing as a low spin shaft and a high spin shaft. It's just what they do in motion and how they work for each player. Loft and CG are far more impactful in lowering your spin rate. I hate to hear that people might be wasting their money.
Yeah, I don't want Ryan to waste his money on that. Absolutely.
To that, there's got the golf balls part of it. I mean, your delivery's part of it. There's so many pieces to the puzzle, and very rarely is a single shaft change when everything else has stayed the same going to really make much of a difference.
Unless it changed your strike point.
Yeah.
So I think the reality for Ryan is, I would think, Ryan, probably if you're using a TP5, I would work on your wedge technique a bit to get more spin on the wedges, because I would say the ball has plenty of spin in and of itself, but you're not going to find a golf ball to drop your spin that much on a driver that's also going to still spin on the wedges. You're not going to have both.
I would say the one for Ryan that we see is Pro V1X. That's the one. That's
Pro
the one
V1X.
golf ball.
Yeah, that's true. I
That's
guess
the
it
one
was
golf
pretty
ball
good.
that's very good off driver, but
Gotcha.
has more spin than probably you would think.
Probably still have to drop his driver loft a bit, though.
100%. It's
Yeah.
not going to drop you sub 3,000 if
Yeah.
if you're already sort of
But
there.
you're right, it was very good on the wedges.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
point. So Pro V1X, Ryan, is your best golf ball choice. Now, I'm not sure, I haven't hit TP5 next to Pro V1X recently, so I'm not sure how different those
Ryan,
two are.
do me a favour, chime in if you can, and I'll look for you further down the line. Tell me what driver you're using right now, and I'll tell you how to get that spin down.
All right, sounds good. Okay, Bryce works at the golf town at Laird in Eglinton. Good, not far
Nice.
from here. Says the Hawk is really good.
Awesome.
Iron numbers are a bit strange. I'm not sure if that's your iron numbers or
Bryce,
theirs.
I'm going to come and see you. I'm going to come and test it.
Good to know it's working pretty well. Ian does not work at TrueSpec.
No.
He works here.
Have never worked for TrueSpec. I did, however, come up with the name.
It's such a good story.
It's a
You
good
did an interview with TrueSpec that's still on their website. That's why people ask.
Yeah. Never worked for them.
Have you ever fitted someone for a senior flex shaft? And why?
Because they needed it.
Hi. What is the reason, though? Does it help you swing faster? Does it help you square
Because
the face
just
more?
that was the speed and load type they had to need that particular shaft.
It's
to
a
get it
perfect
to
segue.
deflect. Yeah.
So flex is usually used to get the most energy transfer out of
trying to produce
the pairing?
energy out of that shaft. Okay. So we're trying to create that spring-like effect to also enable the player to create proper timing. So we have a 205 gram weight on the end of a 60 gram bendable shaft.
Yep.
We're going to have to try and create some form of timing with that, and if we are going to pick the right one, we have to get the shaft that matches up to the timing of the player.
So it's just another variable that allows you to help someone's timing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the answer, Larry.
Have we never reviewed the XC shaft?
So I was just going to take that question. Who asked that? Brandon.
Yeah, there you go.
So we haven't reviewed that, Brandon,
Oh,
on
yeah.
its own, but we used it in at least 3 videos so far.
Yeah.
One down at the PGA show hitting about 4 different drivers. Look for it in that video. We also used it in the Maverick video. I think I used it in the Maverick video, the first one.
Yep. One thing,
A lot of questions about that shaft, though.
Graphite Design are super popular shafts. Please, guys, leave some comments below if you want us to do a more extensive review of Graphite Design shafts. We have some more coming in. We have the VR coming in. We have the GP on the wall, the MJ, the DI, the XC. So if you would like us to do some more in-depth reviews and kind of dive into those, let us know.
Gotcha.
Happy to do it.
Gotcha. Do you want to take a couple more and then we'll call it a night?
Probably get 5 more minutes.
Okay, then I'll try to get some. Oh, I'm going to take this from Bob first. Bob. Oh, Bob, your question is pending.
Bob, it's
Bob.
imminent.
All right, I'm going to go back for a brief speed round in
Okay.
here then. Somewhere in here. The light's changing.
Let's get on.
It's good. It reminds me to get, from the Deuce. Thank you. Much appreciated.
You guys are awesome.
Much appreciated. Thank you.
You guys are awesome.
Bob, if you have a question, I see your message here, but I didn't get a
Send it on
note
in
with
there,
it,
Bob.
but feel free to, oh, there it is.
There it is.
Couldn't have done it any faster. Can a softer shaft not promote a draw? Struggling to hit my 3.
Absolutely. It does not guarantee you that
guarantee
it's, yeah.
Could, if it matches your timing, but not necessarily.
There's every chance it does the opposite.
Right. Yeah, must test it there, Bob. Must test it. Okay, you're getting a lot of people saying yes to your question about graphite design.
And
I haven't seen that one from Ryan yet.
Can you chime back in, Ryan? If you're still watching, we'd still love that. I want to give you more info. I want to get that spin rate down to about 2400 for you, pal.
I have not seen his. I haven't seen. No, he hasn't chimed back in yet. Hopefully he did see that though.
Ventus blue versus black. That's a good one. Ventus blue versus stock Ventus. That's a good one.
You really want to do that, don't you? You should. Well, we did Ventus blue, black, and red in a video. If you want to see that, Daniel.
There you go. We did. You're right.
Yeah, we
Pebble
did that.
Beach, 18th hole.
Yes, aye. It's a good vid.
And then you got one. And then you got a Ventus
now
black.
I gave it to Brandon. Now Brandon likes it. All's well that ends well.
Yep.
Yeah, tons of people saying yes on the graphite. I don't know if we're going to do every graphite design in one video, but we'll do a variety. What are there, like 15? Have you seen their website? We'll do some. Oh, the blinking. Oh, Ryan's here. I see him.
Where is Ryan? There we go.
There he is. Ryan is playing.
Ryan, you didn't need
Yeah, you didn't need to do that.
You
but
did
thank
not
Ryan.
need to put that in there, Ryan. That was not.
That's not what we meant, but thank
No.
you. Okay, so
I'm going to give you a super detailed answer.
the most detail. So a Mizuno ST190G lofted up 1 degree. Okay, it's got an Acra FX 2.0 360 M4. Just ordered the standard S2 200. Okay, so he was spinning that driver too much. Now he's got it lofted up 1 degree because he wants the face angle.
Use the closed face.
Yeah. So that spin is too high. Obviously the loft is causing that spin. So he needs to loft it back down. But obviously the face being a little open was the issue to begin with. Could he mess with the weight track to help with the face?
Yes. Yeah, but you could, but I would probably say if you had the 190G, the 190G and the 200 are quite aligned. I would have probably loved to seen you try the ST200G. That's the one where Chris was saying they've made about 500 RPM adjustment.
Gotcha.
From the 190. So.
But he's I can see what he's saying. Like the ST200, I have noticed it being quite a bit more forgiving than last year. So Ron, I don't think that's a bad idea.
No.
Maybe see if that does help your spin rate. I don't think it's a lower spin driver than the G was last year.
Ryan, do me a favor, if you can, assuming you're a right-handed player, see if you can get out and try I know this is going to, you've probably just bought a new driver, but see if you can get out there and try a sim driver. Start with the loft down at 8, put the weight in the heel and close it up 1 or 2 clicks. It will sit nice for you, and you've got enough starting loft, or you've got low enough starting loft that you're really not going to add too much dynamic loft, and you're not going to hit it too high. It's all about the starting loft. That's the key. If to managing face angle, you've seen that a bunch of times in videos that we've done. It's just all about where you start.
And then for Ryan, if he can get the spin way down on the driver, then he can play a spinnier ball, which is going to help the wedge game. That was his kind of original concern. So
one of these.
A sim in an 8.
An 8 degree, that's exactly what this is. It's not focused. You can almost
relax. Everything else worked well. Listen, robot, go into focus.
Step up.
John's asking quickly about a UK recommendation. There is no TXG in the UK, but Ian recommends...
So I love the guys at Precision Golf.
Good guys.
Down just outside London. Golf Principles in Guildford. Scott Gourley up in Edinburgh. Jamie McCormack Jamie's kind of in Irvine, just outside Glasgow. Nick Hibbs at Tourex. 5 good options.
Jeez, you've added some recently.
Have I?
I thought I knew your recommendations. I was going to read them off, but I don't remember.
There you go.
Okay, let's take this last blinking light over there, and then we're going to sign off.
Let's see this. Swing is...
okay, I'll go back to it.
Quick.
Let's say hi to Robert first. Robert, welcome.
Robert.
Thank you for joining
Thanks
us,
for joining us, bud.
The green light is in your honor over there,
This
blinking
is it.
as we speak.
That's hilarious. The Pels one.
The Pels one, sorry.
They're right there.
Did you hear Phil? Like, they
No,
heard him saying something about Pels on
really?
7. He was hitting a 64-degree wedge. He had like 90-yard shot. And he's like, should I hit the Pels 64? And then they were like talking about it on the pro. It was just funny that.
Yeah.
They have a shot obviously dialed in.
Yeah, he definitely
Pels
is.
does want him to slow down. Yep.
He wants him to slow down, and I think he probably will at certain times. Phil believes that there's certain courses that you need to have that extra gear for, and
I agree.
nowhere more so than Augusta National. He says to hit it far and right to left is very beneficial for him.
True.
So he swings for the fences at Augusta. It's paid off for him 3 times.
I mean, he's won 3 Masters, so what can you say negatively? He knows what he's doing there.
know,
I think he focused a little more on fairways at Pebble, it looked like, because he drove it well. He was trying to keep it in play, I thought, but
There's a good question. Matty, how fast is your slap shot?
I've never measured it. It's not great, if I'm honest.
You, Brandon?
There's
on a scale of quickness, are you quick, or are you relative to the people you play with?
Well, I play
Quick.
men's.
Brandon's going
Is yours
quick.
quick?
Yeah, but I mean, again, we play men's league hockey, so takedown.
You're not like
just pick good friends.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not a
You're slow.
Zdeno. It's not a Zdeno Chara slap shot, but it's. I'm nothing special on the ice. I promise you. I played competitive hockey when I was young, and now I play 40 minutes of hockey a week, basically, and beers afterwards. So that's how seriously I take it.
Please do real Ventus versus made for
Oh,
Ventus.
you're just making Ian's day.
Well, if you really want me to, Peter.
We'll do it. We have to get one of those made for us in. Oh, we must have some.
No,
from
we
Long
have
Tail.
some.
We have a bunch.
In my office.
All right.
Just waiting for whatever.
I can't believe you didn't bring that up today. If you wanted to do it so bad, we could have done it.
I really want to do it. Waiting
right.
for permission.
Yes, Ian's interview with the Pels was extremely good.
Well, I did an easy job. Sit back and listen.
He had some great stories, didn't he?
He had some great stories. Yeah.
All right.
While we kind of finish this up in 2 things, 3 things. Golf balls, we are going to do a quick video here of 1 minute saying, here's our video for the golf balls, TP5s, enter below, we'll run the software tomorrow.
We might as well just do a 1 minute live stream after this.
Yeah,
It'll take
let's
10
do
seconds.
that. And then, so guys, if you want 6 dozen tailor-made TP5 golf balls.
And who wouldn't?
We all do.
I would like them.
I would like them.
It's a good ball.
You guys might not get them.
I might enter myself.
So that.
We'll do that right away, yeah. We'll take 2 seconds.
Yep. Let us know how the new membership platform's going.
Yeah,
really
please.
want to know how the new membership platform's going from your
We're
point of
enjoying
view,
it.
guys. Stay really interactive with us. Let us know throughout the week. Keep your questions coming. Go get your data. If you're struggling to find places to get data, we can help with that. We can, look at where there's Foresight accounts and TrackMan accounts and FlightScope accounts. All the data helps. Everyone's reading it within a fairly similar tolerance to one another. The one thing we will struggle with is if we have some of the home units that are given launch and spin data that doesn't truly match up to what we see.
At times it can be a bit spotty.
It can be. Sure. So I'd like you to stick to those 3 companies if you can.
Okay. Yeah, because you can recommend a location within an hour of someone's house and say go there, kind of
Definitely.
thing. Good.
Definitely. So that is the 2 main ones.
2 seconds. Michael, yes, we did that today.
Yep.
The left dash.
Look out for that one through the week.
Yeah, you'll see it this week. 100%. Okay. Yeah. Let's do that TP5 thing,
Yes.
shall we?
Yes.
All right.
Good.
Hey guys,
All
thanks
right,
for tuning in.
signing out,
Great
guys.
live.
Have a great week.